Hey everybody, this is a very special episode of Meet the Voice, and I am Austin Nichols, and this is Thérèse Plummer.
Hi, Austin. So great to finally meet you face to face, Zoom to Zoom.
I know, so for the people listening, they probably don't know that we've never met, and we
Yeah.
were narrators for Dreamland, this excellent Nicholas Sparks novel, but this is the first time we've met.
Yep. It's so nice to meet you.
I know, I was wondering what you were like and who you are and where you were in the world, and our director was amazing, and she told me how excellent you were. I think you guys had worked together before, and she was telling me all about you. So it's great to see you.
This was your very first audiobook, right?
Yeah,
Did you mention that?
my very first audiobook. It's been a dream for years and years and years. I'd heard audiobooks. I remember one time when we were kids on a road trip listening to this famous crime story called Under the Streets of Nice that was about a bank robbery in Nice, France. And I loved it. So there's been lots of different things that have inspired me, but it's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm so excited that this happened and grateful that I got to do an amazing book like this and with you.
I know. What a gift. Your very first audiobook, and it's Nicholas Sparks. Like, what? That's incredible. Incredible. I want to pick your brain for 1 second because what was it like having listened to audiobooks, as a kid and, on road trips, and then being in the booth with the headphones on, hearing yourself? What was that like for you? Because it's totally different from film and stage and just, yeah.
I definitely felt a lot of responsibility. I didn't have any, I have you, but I didn't have you. I was still alone doing my side of it. So I was doing a one-man play, and I was nervous because it was on my shoulders, and I don't have any fellow actors that, are going to pick up the slack when I suck.
100%. That's exactly how I describe it when people ask me. I'm like, it's a one-woman show. I'm in there, and it's all the characters are my responsibility. It is a great responsibility, I feel, to the author to bring something they've worked on for years to life. And I just want to honor like the story they created and the characters they brought to life. I think about all the characters I've wanted to play on film and TV, and then being able to not only get to play that character in an audiobook, but all the supporting characters as well. My favorite part, and you tell me yours, but my favorite part is when everybody's gone. And I am just in this movie, in this story, in my head, and my mouth is moving, and I'm talking and I'm acting, but I am gone. Did you feel anything like that when you were?
Yes, absolutely. There's times where you're so locked in, and it's text and you and your emotions and your voice, and that's it. And you're like, it's just like you said, you're lost in the void.
I was in a studio in New Jersey. Kim was dialed in through Skype. I mean, I heard her on my headphones. I had an engineer in a whole nother room. It was just me and the iPad and trying not to make too much noise. And it's such a solitary performance. And yet it's so big, right? The final product is so big. And I loved that if I made a mistake, I could just keep going, just take a breath and just keep going. Or if I did a take and I didn't feel like I hit it right there.
That's an amazing thing too, because, with acting, if somebody makes a mistake or you want to go back, it's a whole production. And in this,
yes, it is.
You just take a beat, go back a few sentences, a few words, whatever, and you keep going. And there's something that's so amazing about that.
You played both sides of a love story, and it was your first audiobook. So what was that like for you?
It was scary at first because, like we were talking about, I've listened to lots of audiobooks and you hear what narrators do, but to make something for a different character, to make something slightly different, Colby or Morgan sounds like, it's still me, but Morgan sounds a little different than Colby. And, the other characters that are coming in, I try my best to differentiate, give them something a little different so the audience can go, oh, that's a different person. I get it. And that was really hard. And I have a new respect for narrators. I mean that, and it's something you're doing quickly in the moment while you're reading, and you have to be present. There is no other choice but to just be present in the moment with these characters, because if you're trying to read ahead, if you're doing anything else, you're over. You're making mistakes, and it's going to be no bueno.
I mean, that's why I love being able to prep and read these stories and these parts before I even head into the studio, because then I get to leave all my homework behind, and I get to, again, my big thing is just to disappear into the story. I talked to a couple listeners one time on a podcast, and they said there's this big debate: are audiobooks reading? Does it count as reading? And I think at this point, because audiobooks have just become so like amazingly blown up in the industry, that people are saying, yeah, it is reading. You are just as attentive and listening as you would be sitting there reading on a book. But there's a big debate. There's a big debate with people about that. What do you think?
I think any way you can get a great novel into your being is okay.
Yeah, I think, whether I'm reading the book, which was an amazing escape as a young person, or I'm telling the story or having the story told to me, it's just a magical form and healthy form of escapism, But again, your first audiobook, Nicholas Sparks, I'm like this is a career highlight for me. I'm just like, wait, how did this happen? Did they make a mistake? Are you sure you wanted me?
I'm pinching myself. I pinched myself when I got the call. I pinched myself, through recording and preparing and afterwards and everything. And I know I'm a huge fan. These books are so good, and they're, what I love about him. I love the twists, and I love the emotion, and he's a master of those two things and lots of other things. But it's such an amazing, satisfying read.
I cannot wait to listen to this book. I'm so excited now. I can't wait to hear your parts. It's so exciting. Okay.
One last thing, maybe we both will both answer. If you could pick any book, what would you narrate?
Wild by Cheryl Strayed.
Hey.
Wild by Cheryl Strayed. Yep.
I love it.
You go. What do you got?
I have to pick because there's a few that I love, and I'm going to go with The Idiot.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm such a fan of his writing, and they're just incredible and epic, and I don't know, what his writing just does something to me, and I just can't stop reading it.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Well, on that note, thank you so much, Austin Nichols, and I can't wait to hear our final product.
Just like narrating Dreamland, this is a first for me, and meeting you for the first time. Lots of firsts here today. So thanks for being on Meet the Voice and having a great conversation about Dreamland. And I hope everybody enjoys Dreamland, the audio version, as much as we did making it.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.